Greetings, my friend. It's Coleraine or Coleraine Tarot here on YouTube. My pronouns are they, them. And I am so honored this morning to be doing this energy healing session for you. So this is going to be a 4-part series where I focus on the 4 main trauma responses as we know them today and as they've been popularized in pop psychology. So I want you to sit back, relax, and get in the space to either receive across the screen and through space and time, or to participate and check in with yourself as you do a self-healing session, which will be facilitated by the guidance that I will be providing. So I will be talking at a normal volume through this session, and I hope that that's okay. There will be some periods of silence since I am here at a river, and I really want you to be able to hear the noise of the water and to relax. But this video is going to be focused on addressing, healing, and balancing the trauma response of fight. So I was called by my guides to begin this session with a channeled message using some cards. So as I do this, I just want you to set the intention to be open to this universal life force energy, open to this healing session with gratitude and grace. And I want to thank all the guides and every other force in the universe that is present for this healing session today. So, your card that you received to help with the energy of fight is Star Mother Arrakis. Hopefully I'm saying that right. The Rumi quote is, "Be the king who has made his own kingdom." Our Star Mother keeps an eye on all the wild games happening in the sacred playground of the earth, shining her divine justice and protection. No bully shall prevail over you. No bully from within you shall prevail either. You are the child so secure in the love of our Mother that you can trust life and your ability to face whatever comes implicitly. Beautiful. I'm going to keep this card here in front of me as a reminder. I really like the message about bully, the bully from within and the bully without, because that is often when the fight response comes forward, is when we feel that we have been bullied, that we're facing an injustice, like it mentions in the card. And so you can either call on the Star Mother Arrakis or any other guide that you feel can bring that soothing to you. And a lot of times that fight response is super righteous anger. And when it goes too far or it influences our life in a negative way, is when the fight response keeps us from having compassion for ourselves, or keeps us from having compassion for another, or keeps us in a state of unforgiveness where we're carrying a burden of anger that starts to eat away at our insides and causes spiritual imbalance. So that's what we're going to be focusing on today. But to close out this message, I wanted to get you a tarot card from the Wild Unknown, and the card that you got is the Star. So you have the Star Mother and the Star here. And I really love the imagery on this card because there's a rainbow effect to the star, and there are lots of little stars collected around that rainbow star, and they're kind of emerging from the darkness, but it looks like they're projecting their light down onto the base of the card. And for you in this session, I'm feeling like that's reaching into the heart space and reminding that even in the darkness, there is light that we can find. And even if that light comes from our anger and from our feeling of injustice, it's really important to know that there is some hope that comes through. And there is guidance that is helping us to use those points of anger to push us out of stagnation and out of confusion, and bring us into a space of generosity. When we feel confused and distressed, it's important for us to be able to be giving to ourselves and to others. Sometimes we can use that energy of fight to get our point across when we balance that response. Or we can stand up for another person or someone that we feel we're seeing them be harmed. So there's something about being able to follow your guidance and slow down enough to center, calm, and remind yourself of a higher thought process in this emotional pattern, because the star is linked to Aquarius, and that's our humanitarian, our ability to be diplomatic too. So sometimes we can, be in an argument and not be diplomatic, so the other person or the other party, who, depending on who we're fighting with, pulls back and isn't receptive to what we're trying to say, even if what we're saying is true. So I'm being called, first of all, to begin with some water to help remind of the emotions. I'm just going to tap this around you to start to break up any resistance that you have to receiving. Because oftentimes anger causes us to be stubborn too, and dig our heels in and be like, how dare you tell me to not be angry, Like, do you know what I went through? Like, things like that. So I'm just feeling that we have crows here, that energy is wanting to fall away. So if you're participating as self-healing, I just call you to place your hands over your heart and begin to take a few deep breaths. In through the nose, hold it down into the belly, and release. In through the nose, and out. Move your hands up onto the crown of your head as I spray some water. And imagine that there is a white, cleansing light flowing through your crown as this rose spray drifts through your aura and brings in the energy of love and inner peace. Feel this white light move down through the centered channel. And I'm going to start to pluck from the chest and from the heart space. Attachments to old arguments, leaving in their place clarity, calm, focus, direct understanding, weaving down through the third eye space, insight for forgiveness of self or others. And I'm feeling that there's some protests coming up. So I want to address that energetically. And I feel the only way to do this properly for a good release is with fire. We're going to use some of this Palo Santo. I was gifted this. I never buy things like this, but when I am gifted, I will receive. But we are going to burn away any pattern that exists down in the sacral and the root, this kind of bridge between the two within you, that is holding on to a sense of pride, self-righteousness, but also feeding into emotional patterns that lead us to becoming a victim, if that makes sense. And burning away powerlessness as it rises into the solar plexus And I feel like there's going to be some magic happening here. So if you're participating in self-healing, I just want you to move your hands down around your thighs, around your hips, around your pelvis and your stomach, maybe even up beneath your rib cage, wherever you're feeling drawn. And I want you to begin to tap or rub and begin to release. Feel that somatic. My partner does this to me a lot to help me ground and release. So maybe if you're being called to bring another person into this extension of this energy session later in your day, just invite someone to help you. Maybe they can rub on your legs, pat your legs, you could do it to them. But if you're just doing this for yourself, that's perfect. But it's time and any excess energy that you feel is not serving you related to this fight energy that's causing conflict or aggression, or for some of you, I'm going to bring it up into the heart space because you're experiencing some mistrust or an inability to trust others and yourself because you're so activated and frustrated, rightfully so. But that's the first step. A leaf just fell onto my microphone, so that's the first step to release, is to acknowledge and to take that anger and funnel it into something maybe more creative. But in order to do that, we have to trust and know that, what's happened is here to teach us and to create wisdom and to also open doors for healing within ourselves and within others, and to create a healthy outlet for this conflict to be explored. Sometimes the fight response can get you out of a situation in short bursts. So we want to just balance. And I'm going to bring through a pink amethyst to close us out. I'm just going to wave this through your aura, combing out any final little nodules of resentment, stuck energy, because I guess I'll give you a little promo if you're interested in the other trauma response videos. But next we're going to be doing the flight response. And so sometimes we can abandon these aspects of ourselves and leave these little pockets of energy where we're not paying attention. So I'm just combing that out, letting those things start to move in a way where we're not numb, because sometimes when we're in the fight response, we're numbing ourselves to the deeper emotional aspects of our being, or our emotions are so heightened, we're not allowing ourselves to feel these other soft emotions. So just softening the aura. And if you're doing the self-Reiki, I just want you to place your hands over your heart space and breathe into this moment, breathe into this space and feel your heartbeat. Sometimes when we're in the fight response, our heartbeat gets so loud, it fills up our head, and we forget to ground into the body and to remember that our physical actions have so much of an effect. So just doing a final little cleanse. Sending you so much love, my friend. And until the next video, I will see you again. If you're interested in any of my policies, my ethics, or my personal practice, that will be linked in the description as usual. Otherwise, I'm sending you so much love.